In this video, you will learn about the software-defined perimeters device authentication via mutual TLS. When the client initiates a TLS session with a server, they begin by negotiating the cipher suite. Clients and servers often support some older, much less secure cipher suites. But since SDP controls both the client and the server TLS connection, SDP can specify a very secure cipher suite every time. The only cipher suite supported by Vidder's implementation of SDP is the one pictured here. Let's take it apart and understand what it does. EC stands for elliptic curve cryptography. It is a methodology for generating encryption keys, and it generates smaller keys than the equivalent RSA algorithm for keys of the same cryptographic strength. And all this means faster math when using elliptic keys. DHE stands for Diffie-Hellman ephemeral. It uses the Diffie-Hellman key exchange method to generate the pre-master keys of the Galois counter mode algorithm. The word ephemeral means that the key generation algorithm will create new keys each session in a way that provides perfect forward secrecy, which means that if the cryptographic conversation is recorded and later the long-term private keys are compromised, the attacker will still not be able to decrypt the conversation. However, DHE does not provide authentication of the client to the server, nor of the server to the client. Therefore, the RSA algorithm of generating an asymmetric public-private key pair and the associated X509 certificate are used for authentication. As discussed in a previous video about how Vidder fixes the broken implementation of PKI, Vidder takes the added standards-based approaches of 1. Certificates pinned to a trusted root instead of accepting one of the hundreds of possible compromised routes that browsers trust. 2. Employing OCSP response stapling, which forwards the OCSP response with the server hello to reduce the load on the responder and to mitigate DOS attacks on the OCSP responder. And 3. Using mutual TLS, which authenticates the client to the server, not just the server to the client. AES 256 GCM means that this TLS suite uses the advanced encryption standard for symmetric key encryption with a 256-bit key and a 128-bit cipher block size. GCM is the Galois counter mode, which does both encryption and data authentication at the same time. As we saw previously, PCs and servers implement GCM in hardware, which means there is negligible performance impact for encrypting data. Finally, this suite uses SHA-384, which is a member of the secure hash algorithm number 2 that generates a 384-bit hash. SHA-384 is the key derivation function, KDF, used for generating the 4 AES keys from the master key. There you have it, an overview of mutual TLS.